Welcome. Thank you for watching an introduction to SoilMix by Natura. I'm Jennifer, CEO of Natura, a sustainable solutions provider dedicated to a clean earth. Today we're going to go in-depth into SoilMix, including what is it, the uses and benefits, how to apply it, and also some technical information. So, what is SoilMix? SoilMix is a liquid, all-natural product that is created out of beneficial bacteria and fungi. A little bit of a tongue twister. What we mean by all natural is that they are all natural and not genetically modified. They all naturally occur in the environment. By beneficial, we mean that they're either beneficial or benign when they're applied to an environment. Our array of bacteria and fungi do a whole host of things. The bacteria do fun things like break complex chemical bonds and render the parts inert. It also helps to break down green and organic waste. And the fungi hop in to do things like pull in the heavy metals into their cellular wall and then drop them deep into the soil, also making them bio-unavailable to get into your plants. So, how do we use SoilMix? Whether you're using it at home or in the field, the application is the same. You're going to mix the chosen volume based on how much space you're going to be treating, and then a volume of water suitable for that area. If you're using our product in, say, a home watering can, you're just going to need a few drops, and then you'll mix it and use it within 2 days. This handy hose end sprayer is available with our home package online at naturasolve.com and comes with 5 of these easy to use bottles. These come in 1.5 ounces in a 2-ounce bottle, so they're just a little shy at the top to allow for some expansion. And if you want to utilize this, it's about 1/2 acre that it's going to treat, or 1/4 acre if you treat heavier around trees, shrubs, and in your compost and garden. You would just pour the amount of material that you want to use into the hose end sprayer, attach it to your hose end, and we suggest setting it at the very lowest setting because you're just going to be using a light mist. You can also use a larger sprayer like this one, the hand pump ones that are either the backpack kind or the small ones. It's fine if you have other materials in there. If you want to, you can rinse it out with a little bit of our product because it will help break chemical bonds. Rinse that out, or just go ahead and use it in there. It's not of concern as long as there's no chlorine involved. The bacteria and fungi don't handle chlorine. So you would mix the same amounts of product just like you did in the smaller application devices, but based on the area you want to treat. This guy will go ahead and handle 1 to 3 acres, depending on how you're saturating it. And you would put in 3 ounces for every 1 acre that you want to be treating. 3 ounces per 1 acre, 3 to 6 times a year. Those are your magic numbers. So if you don't want to spray 3 to 6 times per year, how you're going to gauge that first off, do I do 3 or do I do 6, is by assessing your environment. Are you dealing with rough sands like our friends down in the Navajo Nation or up in some areas of Idaho treating now? Some of those videos are available also on our YouTube, and you can watch them as they go along. So, do you have a sandy and dry environment, or is it more humid? If it's a more humid environment, you're going to use less product. If it's a dry, sandy environment, you're going to want to use a little bit more. You can also supplement with things like a seed soak. We have germination videos also available online that show the difference between soaking a seed in our mix before putting it into the soil and the growth rates after that. They're pretty interesting to see, and they can help speed up some of that early growth cycle and give a stronger start. Some of the other ways you can supplement using it out in the soil is putting it in your compost. Whether you have pet and animal waste or just green waste in your compost bins, you can apply our products, and one of the great benefits is it's going to drastically decrease your odor in seconds to minutes. We've had some people time it in some pretty crazy situations, and 12 minutes was the longest it's ever taken. So use it in your compost bins. It's going to break things down much quicker into a much finer material that's going to be beneficial for use out in your yard or out in the field. That can be done in big piles or small ones, and you can also use some of your extra materials when you're done pouring or spraying, and just go ahead and throw that into your compost piles. So that's how to use the SoilMix. What are the intended outcomes? What are the benefits to you? Over the years, since 2014 when we started testing and 2018 when we first started applying it with customers, we have seen an entire host of benefits. Things like drastic increase in outputs, in wheat, in alfalfa. Alfalfa has been incredibly interesting, and we have some studies that were done by a university, first intended to just test a few things in the soil, but we also got information like moisture depth. In just 12 weeks, we were able to increase moisture depth by up to 4 feet and drop temperatures by up to 4 degrees. This slows evaporation and also helps to create a wonderful space for our soil mix to live and create a symbiotic relationship around the rhizosphere of each plant. This strengthens the plant, also helping to decrease reliance on pesticides. And any pesticides out there in the field, we can handle with the breaking of those complex chemical bonds and rendering those parts inert. In addition to the increased output and the increased moisture depth, we see increased pollination, meaning increased flowering. More bees are all the better. And we also see increased soil depth because of the moisture depth that's now available. And so with that, your soil is going to make available to your plant a whole lot of micronutrients that are otherwise unavailable up on the surface. All of those benefits and more are easy to get through SoilMix. It's natural, it's safe for pets, safe for bees, it's safe for insects. Mosquito don't like clean water, so that's one that we've seen a decrease in. But we've tested on everything from fish eggs to licking it off of my own finger since 2014 and have never seen anything but positive outcomes. See those on our website at naturasolve.com, and feel free to put your questions or any comments you have below. Whether you have questions about how to use our product or comments on the ways that you've used our product in your own environment, we would like to hear from you. Technically, one other detail we want to mention is that you do not want to freeze this or store it in direct sunlight. Other than that, this product is shelf stable for up to 5 years. Biology in a bottle, as some would say, sometimes isn't shelf stable and it's hard to store. Ours is storable in any general environment, just don't freeze it or put it in direct sunlight. We also have videos online helping you see if your product is still stable if you happen to get in one of those scenarios. I'm Jennifer. Thank you for watching an introduction to SoilMix. I appreciate you taking the time.